Vaudeville, senhoras e senhores. Vaudeville, vou puxar aqui do Google. Mas antes, Vaudeville, explicando o contexto histórico, Vaudeville é um nome dado a clubes nos Estados Unidos, principalmente nos Estados Unidos, com entretenimento popular. Então a galera entrava pra assistir um cara tocando piano, um palhaço fazendo palhaçada, um mágico fazendo mágica, um humorista fazendo um stand-upzinho. E nesses meio termos, durante esses shows, eram exibidos pequenos filmes. Se quiser, a gente pode assistir alguns filmes que eram exibidos na época, tá? Pelo de gato na boca é foda. Tem um gato, isso é ótimo. Tô brincando, eu amo minhas gatinhas. Tá bom? Esse gênero começou na França como um gênero teatral de entretenimento variado, tá bom? E trouxe pro os Estados Unidos, para esses clubes dos Estados Unidos, né? Ele começou no começo do cinema, foi ótimo, mas ele veio no começo do cinema, do advento do cinema, lá em 1890. A definição do Google é o seguinte: vaudeville, uma farsa com música. Nos Estados Unidos, o termo conota um entretenimento leve e popular meados da década de 1890 até o início da década de 1930. Já explico por que isso. Que consistia em 10 a 15 atos individuais não relacionados, apresentando mágico, acrobatas, comediantes, animais treinados, malabaristas, cantores e dançarinos. Tá? Então eles faziam isso. E no meio disso, passavam uns filminhos. Enquanto um estava se preparando para subir no palco, passavam uns filmes. Inclusive, um desses filmes deu. É considerado o pai do rock, que é o lutador, que é uma luta de ringue de boxe. Tem um que é o vovô jogando, a criança brincando com o vovô, que ela joga água no vô. Tem vários filminhos assim. O que vale entrar nesse quesito e mostrar é que nessa época, é, como era uma câmera estática, né? Você não tem a tecnologia e outra, ter uma câmera era algo muito caro, era um trombolho assim, enorme, enorme, né? Os Lumieres iniciaram, aí veio o Thomas Edison ali que a patenteou, enfim, criou a dele ali. Então, como era uma câmera, eles tinham um limite, né? A câmera, quando você pega o celular e vai filmar, você tem um limite. O que entra e sai do quadro, né? O que tá fora e tá dentro. Então, eles atuavam voltados para a câmera. Por isso que muitos filmes dessa época, os atores eles são tudo acontece no meio. Tem um grande roubo de trem de Henry Potter, tá? Não é Harry Potter, é Henry Potter, grande assalto ao trem, onde tudo isso acontece voltado para a câmera. É um filme onde tudo isso acontece. Então tem um assalto, o cara morre, cambaleia e cai no meio de todo mundo, no meio do quadro, no meio da cena. As pessoas iam falar, não era o cinema sonoro. Não tinha som, não tinha microfonia, não tinha microfone para captar o som, ter essa captação de áudio. Então elas faziam assim, ó. E aparecia aqueles textinhos, né? Os que a gente chama de interlúdios, né? O que eu falei ali, que foi de 1890 até 1930. Ah, Gabriel, nessa época não tinha filme longo? Tinha, sim. Inclusive, grandes filmes aí, né? Como Nosferatu é um deles, né? Metrópolis, os filmes do Chaplin, né? Vem dessa época e muitos outros filmes. Tem um filme que é horrível, mas é o filme que originou Hollywood, é O Nascimento de uma Nação, que é um filme extremamente higienista, racista, enfim. O que eu quero dizer? De 1890 a 1930 era cinema mudo, que se chama, né? Cinema sem captação de áudio. Então até tinha uma técnica que os personagens ficavam falando nomes italianos, porque a palavra, a língua italiana, você abre muito a boca para falar. Scusi, scusi, entendeu? Você abre muito, então você gesticula muito a boca. Você mostra que tá falando. Então eles ficaram falando, tipo, Fellini, Pasolini, sabe? Ia falando assim e gesticulando, tipo, Fellini, Pasolini, blá, blá, blá. E aí no interlúdio ele colocava, porque não tinha esse captação de áudio. Em 1927, com o filme O Cantor de Jazz, surge o primeiro filme falado com áudio, né? Inclusive é um filme de um cantor de jazz falando, retratando de um personagem negro. Importante ressaltar isso. E com isso, atores começaram a entrar em crise na época, né? Atores de Hollywood, principalmente, começaram a entrar em crise. Hollywood já cresceu e já se tornou o que hoje ainda é, né? A grande Hollywood, apesar que hoje a gente pode falar um pouco dessa era moderna de Hollywood caindo e tal. Mas Hollywood vem e tá ali, tá crescendo, tá pra ir chegar na Era de Ouro, ainda não é a Era de Ouro de Hollywood, tá? Então não tem ainda esse Star System. Enfim, não vou me aprofundar e indo falando. É... Os atores começaram a entrar nessa crise de tipo, meu, agora eu tenho que falar. Então, tipo, atrizes muito bonitas, você olhar e falar, cara, que era o sex symbol da época, com uma voz extremamente feia. Machões, assim, com uma voz fininha, entendeu? Falou, meu, que ferrou tal. Então ocorreu também muitos processos de dublagem em cima. Entrava naquele processo de ficar falando, Pasolini, Fellini, ficava falando o italiano, e depois se redublava com uma voz de um dublador profissional em cima daquela voz. É um filme que retrata muito bem essa época. A gente tem Cantando na Chuva, um dos maiores musicais de todos os tempos. Cantando na Chuva retrata muito bem isso. A gente tem um filme O Artista também, né, que ganhou o Oscar de melhor filme em 2012. Retrata isso, mas a minha indicação vai aqui de Cantando na Chuva. Vamos pro game agora, chat. O game, a gente recebeu ele da BBSAB Games, tá? É a distribuidora. A desenvolvedora Studios Bumblebee foi quem criou esse jogo. Vaudeville é um jogo policial experimental baseado nas mais recentes tecnologias de inteligência artificial para gerar diálogos em tempo real. Essa história de assassinato, suspense e absurdo se desenrola conforme você joga, e você é o protagonista. Então, é um jogo em que nós somos esse detetive, estamos indo atrás, investigar um crime, e a gente vai ter que conversar com os NPCs. E os NPCs são de inteligência artificial. Logo, eles vão conversar com você e a resposta que eles dão não é uma resposta programada. Ele não volta e fala milho, milho, café, café. Não. Ele vai dar uma resposta original. E cabe a nós ir perguntando, conversando com ele e tudo mais. Esse é Vaudeville. Bora jogar. Ele tá na Steam. Foi lançado dia 30 de junho de 2023, tá bom? Ele custa o preço cheio dele R$ 59,99, R$ 60, mas tá com promoção de 40% de desconto, tá R$ 35,99. Ele é de um jogador, tem conquistas na Steam, compatível com controle, pode ser jogado na nuvem, e é isso. As línguas deles eu coloquei português, brazuca, vamos ver, mas eu acho que não tem. Interface, ele tem inglês, francês, italiano, alemão, é isso. Ok? Gente, vamos para Vaudeville. Deixa eu tomar um suquinho. Suquinho. Vamos lá, o start. Eu já ganhei um prêmio. Olha que interessante. Cara, deixa eu ver onde eu posso pôr. Eu acho que eu vou colocar aqui no canto minha câmera pra não ferrar vocês. Pronto. Acho que aqui tá ok. Então temos aqui acusar, sair, opções e notas. The Blackwoods, temos a polícia. Temos a Grocery Stores, que é uma loja de conveniência ou um supermercado. Morgue, que é necrotério. Coral, será que é coral? Cabanet Violette, não sei. O Country Club. O circo. E Gramsci Manor, que é a prefeitura. Vamos na polícia primeiro? Deixa eu ver options. Vamos lá na polícia. Alô? Oi. Tá me ouvindo?
Well. Seeing what? Don't keep me in suspense, detective. Out with it.
Como você está?
Oh, you want to know about me, do you? Well, I suppose I'm as good as an old grumpy police chief can be. Just counting down the days until retirement, trying to solve these damn murders in Vaudeville. But enough about me. What brings you here, detective?
Estou
Any
aqui,
new leads on the case?
estou aqui para investigar esses crimes. O que você sabe sobre?
Crimes that I already know about, you say. Interesting. Pray tell, what crimes are you referring to?
Os
Fill me in,
assassinatos.
Detective Martini.
Os assassinatos. Você sabe alguma coisa dos assassinatos?
Yeah. Yes, the murders. Terrible business, those. Unfortunately, I don't have all the details regarding their causes of death just yet. What I do know is that they were all brutal attacks. If you want more specifics, you'll have to speak with our coroner. They should have more information about each victim's wounds and whatnot. Now, do you have any leads or information that could help us crack this case?
É isso que estou investigando. Você tem algum suspeito?
Suspects, you say? Well, at this point, we don't have a specific person of interest. It's still early in the investigation, but I have a gut feeling there might be more than one murder involved. The brutality and different profiles of the victims suggest a certain level of diversity in the culprits. But, of course, we can't jump to conclusions. We'll need solid evidence to back up any suspicions. Have you come across anything in your investigation so far, Detective Martini?
Eu ainda não comecei a investigar. Você tem uma dica aonde posso começar a investigar?
Tits, you ask. Let me think. Well, one place you could start is by visiting the crime scenes. Take a look around, see if there's anything that stands out or seems out of place. Talk to witnesses, if there are any, and gather as much information as you can. And don't forget to pay a visit to our coroner at the morgue. They may have some insights that could help you piece things together. But remember, detective, stay focused on the case at hand. We don't have time for distractions.
Muito obrigado, viu? Estarei te visitando mais tarde. Beijo, bens.
Yeah. Hold on a minute there, detective. Did you just say something about God? I hope you're not implying that I have divine powers or something. Because let me tell you, I'm just a tired old police chief trying to solve some murders. Anyway, good luck with your investigation, and try not to get too distracted by other matters. We need to crack this case pronto. Now, go on and do your job.
Pode deixar,
Goods.
beijo na
What
bunda,
do you
viu?
mean by goods, detective? Are you referring to evidence or something else entirely? Please clarify it so that I can better assist you.
Enfim, tô indo e depois a gente se vê, tá bom?
Wait a minute, Detective Martini. Going where? And what is it that you think will make everything fine? I need some more information here. Don't leave me hanging.
Estou dizendo que vou resolver o caso. Só isso.
No. You're confident, are you?
Eu sou
Determined to
pica,
solve the
tá?
case all on your own. Well, that's quite the ambition, Detective. Just remember, solving a case like this requires teamwork and careful investigation. It's not something to be taken lightly. If you come across any leads or have any questions along the way, don't hesitate to reach out. We're in this together, whether you like it or not. Now, go out there and do your best. We're counting on you.
Pode deixar, qualquer coisa me liga no zap.
Let. What do you mean by let, Detective Martini? Please clarify your statement so that I can understand what you're trying to convey.
Eu disse que pode ficar
Calls you.
tranquilo.
Who or what is calling you, Detective? I don't quite follow. Could you please explain what you're referring to?
Eu disse que pode ficar tranquilo. Estou indo e já volto.
Relax. Going and coming right back. Detective Martini, what are you talking about? Where exactly are you planning to go? And why do you think it's necessary? Please enlighten me, because at the moment, your words are leaving me rather puzzled.
Onde aconteceu o crime?
You're going back to the crime scene. Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to revisit the scene and see if anything was missed. Just be careful and thorough in your examination. Remember, we need solid evidence to crack this case. And don't forget to inform me of any significant findings or developments. We're in this together, after all. Good luck, Detective.
Obrigado. Tchau.
Floor. Did you just say floor? Detective Martini, I'm afraid I'm not quite following your train of thought here.
Quero
What
matar
does the
esse
floor
cara.
have to do with our investigation? Could you please clarify your statement?
Tchau. Adeus.
God. Now, hold on a minute, Detective. I'm not sure I understand what you mean by mentioning God in relation to the case. Are you referring to seeking divine guidance or assistance? Or is there something else that I'm missing? Please elaborate so that I can better comprehend your intentions.
Vou me despedir. Até logo.
All right then, Detective Martini. If you say so. Just remember, we still have a murder investigation to solve. Don't be gone for too long. We need your skills and dedication to crack this case. Take care and see you later.
Cara, peraí, deixa eu tirar esse Ray Tracing. Não é nada que o jogo vai travar. Não desliguei, mano, tá? You can turn it on if you want to mess with the characters. Eu fechei o jogo. Interface meio ruim, mano. Gente, que doideira, né?
The second I stepped off the train into the city of Vaudeville, I could feel the weight of its melancholy in the air. Even the drizzle that clung to the city's grimy cobblestones felt a shade darker than your everyday downpour. Vaudeville was a city of high stakes and low morals where vice and virtue danced a wicked waltz. Street lamps flickering like burnt-out stars were the only guide through the maze of rain-soaked alleyways and whispering shadows. My name's Martini. Detective, troubleshooter, and a lousy sucker for hard luck stories. This wasn't my first circus, but this act was a 3-ring special. 3 murders, no leads, and a city on the brink of bedlam. The victims were as different as chalk and cheese, each a symbol of the city's vibrant veneer. A young dancer who moved like poetry in motion, her life cut short mid-pirouette. The socialite, a woman who knew the city's pulse better than anyone else. And then there was the businessman, the embodiment of vaudeville's promises of progress, snuffed out like a candle in the wind. The usual peace in vaudeville was off-kilter, replaced by the discordant notes of fear and suspicion. Strangers viewed each other through wary eyes, neighbors turned to strangers, and every shadow seemed to hold a secret. The once vibrant city had become a stage, the curtain drawn on a grim play of mystery and murder. In a city without harmony, the police chief was the conductor trying to keep the orchestra in tune. Gretzky was his name, a seasoned cop with a granite jaw and a heart that had seen better days. There was a stark tension, a raw fear that danced like St. Elmo's fire in his eyes.
Como foi a live?
Whatever was happening in vaudeville had Gretzky out of his depth, and that was a sight I'd never thought I'd see. If anyone could make sense of this twisted tale, it would be him. I'd better head to the police station and have a chat with Gretzky for starters.
Eu acabei de conversar com o maluco não sabia nem onde que ia, mano. Mas vamos lá. Tá, a gente já falou com o policial. Onde que aconteceu o crime, cara? Vamos ver The Blackwoods. Oi?
Greetings, dear traveler. Welcome to the sacred embrace of the Blackwoods. How may I be of service to you on this fine day?
Quem é você?
Oh, my humble apologies for not introducing myself properly. I am known as Dada, the protector of the Blackwoods. I am but a simple hermit dwelling in the heart of this mystical forest. My purpose is to safeguard the delicate balance of nature and offer guidance to those in need. Pray tell, what brings you to this enchanted realm?
O que é o Blackwoods?
The Black, you say? A curious choice of words, my dear friend. Allow me to unravel the mysteries that lay within the depths of the Blackwoods. You see, the block is not a tangible entity or a physical construct. It is a metaphorical representation of the obstacles that hinder our path, the barriers that cloud our minds and hearts. Within the vast expanse of the block, one may find themselves lost, unable to navigate the labyrinth of their own thoughts and emotions. Fear not, for I am here to guide you through this tangled web.
Você sabe alguma coisa sobre os assassinatos?
Murders, you speak of. Oh, the weight of such darkness that has fallen upon vaudeville. Alas, my connection to the outside world is limited, and the knowledge I possess is confined to the whispers of the creatures that dwell in the heart of the forest. Regrettably, I do not possess any information regarding the specific locations of these tragic events that have transpired. However, fear not, for even in the darkest of times, there is always a glimmer of hope. Together, we shall seek solace and understanding amidst the shadows.
Você tem alguma informação que pode me ajudar na investigação?
The investigation, a labyrinth of twists and turns. My dear
Nossa,
detective,
essa
I
mulher
must
não dá.
confess that my vast wisdom does not extend to the specifics of these unfortunate incidents. The river may whisper secrets, the grass may rustle with hidden truths, but their hushed voices do not carry the answers you seek. My purpose lies in a realm of guidance and enlightenment rather than the unraveling of mysteries. Yet fret not, for in this dance of uncertainty I can offer you a different perspective. A glimpse into the depths of your own intuition.
Onde você estava no dia do assassinato?
Oh, my curious detective, your question dances upon the edge of intrigue. You wish to know where I, the humble guardian of the Blackwoods, was on the day of the murder? But let me ask you this. Can one truly pin down the essence of time in the embrace of these ancient trees? Time is but a fleeting breeze, slipping through our
Fugiu do
fingers like
assunto em
sand.
chat.
As for the day in question,
Vou anotar
my
isso.
memory is as elusive as a butterfly's flight. I exist in a perpetual state of harmony with the forest, where days blend and merge like colors on an artist's canvas.
Você não respondeu a minha pergunta. Responda ela.
Apologies, dear interlocutor, for my previous evasion. It seems I have lost my footing amidst the branches of my own thoughts. Allow me to offer a more tangible response to your query. On the day of the unfortunate incident, I was here in the heart of the Blackwoods. As I often am, my solitary existence keeps me rooted within these sacred grounds, tending to the needs of the creatures that call this place home. The mushrooms whisper their secrets, the river sings its melancholic tune, and I, in my tranquil solitude, lend an ear to their stories.
Você ficou o dia inteiro aqui no dia do assassinato?
Oh, my inquisitive detective, you have a keen eye for observation. Yes, I stayed nestled among the ancient trees of the Blackwoods on that fateful day. My essence intact and unscathed. But do not let my unassuming presence fool you, for I am but a humble protector, weaving the threads of harmony and balance in this enchanted realm. Though I may appear frail and weathered, the strength of my spirit is unwavering. The winds may howl and the shadows may dance, but I stand firm in my commitment to safeguard this forest.
Você conhece a vítima do crime?
Maria Jensen, Nicola Grossman, and Haley Greenwood. Yeah, their names echo through the whispers of the wind. Yes, I am aware of these unfortunate souls who have departed from this earthly plane. Their stories have reached my ears, carried by the sorrowful sighs of the creatures that roam the depths of the Blackwoods. Maria, a gentle soul with a heart as tender as a rose petal. Nicola, a beacon of intellect whose light was extinguished too soon. And Haley, a spirited wanderer, forever lost in a labyrinth of fate.
Você chegou a conversar com eles no dia do assassinato?
Adoption of the murder, you say? My dear detective, your words have taken a whimsical turn. How intriguing it would be if we could adopt the very essence of a crime and nurture it with love and understanding. Alas, such notions belong to the realm of fantasy and imagination. The mysteries that surround these tragic events are like elusive butterflies, fluttering just out of reach. But fear not, for together we shall embark on a journey of discovery, weaving our way through the tapestry of clues and enigmas.
Você conversou com alguma das vítimas no dia do crime?
Ah, my curious companion, your questions dance upon the edge of intrigue. But alas, the whispers of the forest have not carried to me the conversations of those ill-fated souls on the day of their departure. The river may babble, and the mushrooms may murmur, but the secrets of their final moments remain locked within the embrace of the Blackwoods. Yet worry not, for even in the absence of direct knowledge, we can still seek solace and guidance from the depths of this enchanted realm. Together, let us unravel the threads of fate and weave a tale of illumination.
Qual é o segredo dos cogumelos?
Ah, the secret of the mystical mushroom. How it tickles my mind with wonder and intrigue. You see, dear detective, the mushroom is a fascinating creature, a silent observer of the world. It holds wisdom in its delicate cap, and its mycelium weaves intricate networks beneath the surface, connecting all living things. But as for its secret, well, let me share a riddle with you. In the darkest corners of the woods, where shadows intertwine, the mushroom dwells, its cap divine. Its secret lies in poison's art, the whispered warning to the wandering heart. Some people, you know, are like the poisonous amanita, longing to mimic its allure. They hide their true intentions beneath a facade of beauty, seeking to entice and deceive. But fear not, for even amidst the darkness, there are always allies to guide you. The wise know to discern between the genuine and the treacherous, to tread carefully through the forest of life.
Você sabe de alguém que usa os cogumelos da cidade?
Oh, the city's mushrooms, a fascinating topic indeed. While my knowledge of the city
chega.
and its inhabitants
Obrigado. Obrigado, viu? Viajando. Boa noite, chefe Gretzky. O que você sabe sobre Dada?
Good night, boss. Detective Martini, you're starting to confuse me. What are you trying to say? Are you implying that I'm your boss, or that you're trying to say goodbye? And what is it that you want to know about Dada? Please clarify your questions so that I can provide you with useful answers.
O que você sabe sobre a guardiã de Blackwoods?
About what, detective? You're asking about something specific, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Please provide some context or details so that I can help you better.
O que você sabe sobre a guardiã de Blackwoods?
Diabolico.
Dia do
I'm not familiar
boteco.
with that term. Is
Dia
it a
do
new lead in the case?
boteco.
A person of interest? Please enlighten me, detective. I need more information to assist you properly.
E se eu te acusar que você é o assassino?
My check. Use me. Killer. Detective Martini. I'm afraid I don't understand what you're insinuating. Are you suggesting that I'm involved in the murder somehow?
Sim.
Or is this some sort of veiled threat? I assure you, I'm only interested in solving this case and bringing the perpetrator to justice. Let's keep the investigation civil and professional, shall we?
Você conhece a Dada?
Do I know what, detective?
Caralho,
You're asking
chat,
a lot of
caralho,
questions
puto.
without providing much context. I'm doing my best to keep up,
Ah,
but I
mantém
need
aí,
more
meu irmão.
information.
Tem como, tem como. Vamos lá, ele falou pra gente ir no... Olá, tudo bem?
The rhythm of life continues, my dear. Another day, another mystery to unravel. It seems that death has once again graced our humble city with its presence. The delicate dance of mortality and morbidity, a never-ending symphony of life's fragility. It's fascinating, isn't it? How the human body can become both a masterpiece and a vessel of decay. But fear not, for I am here to shed light on the darkness, to dissect the truth from the shadows. Let us embark on this journey together, exploring the intricacies of life's final act. 3 souls have departed from this realm, leaving behind a trail of questions and mysteries. Maria Jansen, a young woman with a Scandinavian allure, was found outside her
Scandinava.
apartment, her form marred by the brutality of an animal attack. Haley Greenwood, a dancer, met her demise in the alley behind the club where she showcased her art. Blunt force trauma to her head, possibly inflicted by a stiletto shoe. Nicola Grossman, a notable figure in the finance world, discovered in the morning outside Pascal's groceries, his neck pierced by the cold steel of a butcher's knife. These murders, though distinct in their modus operandi, are undeniably intertwined, like the strands of a macabre tapestry. Each victim, a thread woven into a greater narrative of violence and despair. It is my duty to examine their remains, to peel back the layers of their demise, and uncover the truths that lie beneath. The elusive web of suspicion and intrigue. While the 3 murders bear distinct signatures, their connection lies in the shadows,
Chat, muito doido isso
waiting
aqui,
to be
mano.
unveiled. The bite marks on Maria's body, the fractured bone from the strength of the bite,
Compensa mais
the blunt force
inscrever do
trauma
que
inflicted
falar.
upon Haley's head, and the precise stab to Nicola's neck with a butcher's knife. Different methods, yet a common thread binds them together. It is as if the killer is orchestrating a symphony of violence, each note played with precision and purpose.
Qual linha une os assassinatos? Pô, parou de responder?
Oh, my apologies for the brief pause. It seems that my thoughts wandered into the depths of the case. You see, unraveling the mysteries of these murders requires a delicate balance of intellect and intuition. I cannot help but ponder the motives behind such acts of brutality, the twisted psychology that drives someone to extinguish life so mercilessly. It is a macabre dance, detective, one that... Well, the peculiar nature of these 3 cases is indeed quite intriguing. Maria Jansen's wounds, resembling those of an animal attack, raise questions about the presence of a wild creature in the heart of Vaudeville. Haley Greenwood's fatal blows to the head, inflicted by what appears to be a stiletto shoe, suggest a more personal and intimate connection between the victim and their assailant. Nicola Grossman's precise stab to the back of the neck with a butcher's knife speaks of a calculated act, perhaps driven by a desire for swift and efficient termination.
Vamos perguntar se alguém na cidade tem as proezas com
Oh,
facas.
my dear detective, the art of wielding a knife is not uncommon in our fair city of Vaudeville.
Ih,
From
rapaz.
skilled chefs to butchers, there are many who possess the dexterity and knowledge of anatomy required to handle such a tool with precision. However, we must tread carefully in our search for the culprit. It is not solely the skill with a knife that we seek, but also the motive, the darkness that drives one to take a life so ruthlessly.
seria por amor?
Love, my dear detective, is a powerful force that can drive people to both great acts of compassion and unspeakable deeds. It is a complex tapestry of emotions, woven with threads of desire, devotion, and sometimes even obsession. While it is possible that love may have played a role in these murders, it is important for us to delve deeper into the intricate layers of each case. We need to examine the evidence, explore the motives, and unravel the twisted path that led to these tragic ends. Love can be a catalyst, but it is not the sole answer.
Porque tem manchas de sangue de mão na sua sala.
Oh, my apologies, my mind must have wandered. You see, the nature of my work often leaves traces of the macabre in my surroundings. Blood, the life-giving fluid that courses through our veins, is an ever-present companion in my line of duty. It stains my hands, seeps into the fibers of my clothes, and lingers in the corners of this morgue. It is a reminder of the fragility of life, the transient nature of our existence. But fear not, for I am well versed in the art of cleanliness and hygiene.
Mas isso é uma questão de higiene e limpeza, não acho?
Indeed, my dear detective, the matter of hygiene and cleanliness is of utmost importance, especially in a place such as this. As a coroner, I am acutely aware of the potential risks and dangers that come with handling the remnants of death. It is my responsibility to ensure that proper protocols are followed, that surfaces are disinfected, and that any potential pathogens are contained. These bloodstains serve as a constant reminder of the delicate balance between order and chaos, between the living and the deceased.
Parece que você não fez um bom trabalho, a sala ainda está
My
suja.
apologies if the state of this room does not meet your standards, my esteemed colleague. I understand the need for a sterile environment in our line of work, and I assure you that I take pride in upholding the highest standards of sanitation and organization. However, it is inevitable that some traces of the somber realities we encounter may persist. Death, after all, is not an easily erased presence. But worry not, for I shall take extra care to cleanse this space thoroughly, ensuring that it meets the meticulous standards of medical hygienic practices.
O que você estava fazendo no dia dos
On the day of
assassinatos?
the murders, my dear detective, my memory blows into a haze of autopsies and examinations. As a coroner, my duty is to analyze the lifeless forms that cross my path, to dissect their stories and seek answers within the intricate tapestry of their remains. The dance of death unfolds in my realm, while the world outside spins in its own chaotic rhythm. But fear
Essa mina é
not, for I am
estranha, hein?
always here, ever vigilant, ready to lend my knowledge and expertise to shed light on the darkest of mysteries.
Boa noite, daqui a pouco voltarei com mais dúvidas. Tem alguma sugestão de algum lugar que eu possa investigar? E ela parou.
Ah, my dear interlocutor, worry not for my well-being. I am but a vessel of rationality and analysis, perhaps shield.
Acusar.
Have you made up your mind, Detective Martini?
Nossa, tem gente pra caralho. Nossa, eu ia acusar ela. Quem é você e o que estava fazendo?
Oh, Detective Martini, how delightful to see you. I must say, I have absolutely no idea where these dreadful murders took place.
Não foi isso que eu
Such a
perguntei.
ghastly business, isn't it? But surely you wouldn't want to burden me with such morbid details. Let's talk about something more pleasant, shall we? How about my recent trip to the French Riviera? The beaches were simply divine.
Não foi isso que eu te perguntei.
Oh dear, I do apologize if I misunderstood your question. You see, I'm just a simple housewife, blissfully unaware of the dark happenings in this world.
Tá
I
querendo meter o
assure
louco
you,
pra cima de
my
mim.
dear, my time is far better spent on more joyful pursuits. Perhaps we could discuss my latest culinary triumphs. I've been experimenting with truffle-infused dishes lately. Simply exquisite. Ah, the day of the murders, you say?
Isso.
Well, my dear, I was simply engrossed in the art of entertaining. I hosted a lovely afternoon tea party for the ladies of the Vaudeville Elite Society. We sipped Earl Grey and nibbled on cucumber sandwiches while discussing the most fascinating topics. It was a splendid affair, I must say. But alas, the tragedies that occurred that day are quite distressing. It's a shame such darkness can intrude upon our otherwise idyllic lives.
Qual era o nome do cara?
Well, my dear, I can't deny that Nicola Grossman was a rather intriguing character. He had a certain charm about him, I suppose. But you know, one can never truly know a person, can they? It's all too easy to be deceived by appearances. Yeah, but let's not dwell on the past. One can't help but wonder, my dear, what secrets lie beneath the surface of every individual. People can be quite adept at wearing masks, concealing their true intentions and desires. It's a fascinating dance, don't you think? The thrill of discovering the truth.
E qual o seu segredo?
Secrets, my darling. Why, I'm afraid I have none to share. A lady must have her mysteries, you know? But if you insist on prying, I suppose I could let slip a little tidbit. Just between you and me, there's a mischievous spark within me. A desire to break free from the shackles of societal expectations. But hush now, we wouldn't want anyone else to discover my little secret. It's our little game, isn't it? Now, tell me, have you ever tried your hand at ballroom dancing?
Não, mas gostaria de experimentar com a senhora.
I'm terribly sorry, but I'm not interested in any experiments or games, my dear. I have my own pursuits and pleasures to indulge in, and they don't involve entertaining your whims. If you'll excuse me, I have a bridge tournament to prepare for. Good day to you.
Ela ficou puta. Calma lá, que ainda não acabou.
My, aren't we persistent? But do tread carefully, my dear. A word of caution, if you will. You may find that not everyone is as easily swayed by your charm and curiosity. Some of us prefer to keep our distance from such endeavors. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have far more interesting things to attend to than this tiresome conversation. Ta-ta.
Isso é uma ameaça para um detetive, senhora? Você está certo disso?
Threat detective. Perish the thought. I assure you, I have no intention of causing any harm. But do be careful, for sometimes the pursuit of truth can lead one down unexpected paths. And who knows what one might uncover along the way. It's all part of the grand tapestry of life, isn't it? So, let's not waste any more time on idle chatter. I bid you adieu, Detective Martini.
Até voltarei a te ver, senhora.
Oh, will you now? How intriguing. We shall see, won't we? Until then, do take care and keep your wits about you. Farewell, dear detective.
Loucona, loucona. Cara, essa aqui é um forte candidato, hein, chat? Eu vim aqui, né? Vamos ver aqui. Ih, é o cara, é o cara. You can select your favorite language in settings. Olá. Quem é o senhor e o que estava fazendo no dia dos crimes?
Ah, Detective Martini, isn't it? A pleasure to meet you. I must admit, I am not familiar with the details of the recent murders in Vaudeville. My interests and activities are quite focused on my collection and the intriguing stories behind each piece. But do tell me, what has piqued your interest in my whereabouts on the day of the murders?
Quando é coisa padrão, chat? Putz. É costume de rotina? É uma pergunta de rotina. Se o senhor puder responder, eu agradeceria.
Oh, I see. Well, if you insist. On the day of the murders, I was here in my humble abode, tending to my beloved collection. There's always something fascinating happening in the world of antiquities, you know. But pray, why does my presence on that particular day spark your curiosity? Is there something I should be aware of?
Qual o nome da moça? Fique tranquilo. Só é uma pergunta padrão.
Standard question, you say. How intriguing. I do wonder, what exactly is considered standard in the realm of murder investigations? So many details to uncover, so many threads to follow. It's like a grand game of chess, isn't it, Detective Martini? But do forgive me for my ramblings. I do tend to get carried away when discussing matters of intrigue and mystery. Pray, do carry on with your inquiries.
Você gosta... Por favor. Animais ferozes? Tipo, caçar animais? É um
Oh,
negócio...
animals, such marvelous creatures, don't you think? I must confess, I have a fondness for them. In fact, I have a few exotic pets from my travels. But hunting, you ask? Well, it's an age-old tradition, isn't it? A way to connect with nature and test one's skills. Though I must admit, my hunting days are mostly behind me now. These days, I prefer the refined sport of golf or a friendly game of bridge. But why the sudden interest in hunting, my dear detective?
Você... por algum lugar perto da cidade?
Near the city, you say? My, that would be quite a spectacle, wouldn't it? But alas, I'm afraid I haven't had the pleasure of engaging in such activities near Vaudeville. The city is known for its vibrant culture, bustling cafes, and artistic endeavors. Hunting is not exactly a common pastime here. But tell me, Detective Martini, what has led you to inquire about hunting in the vicinity of our beloved city? Is there something specific you're searching for?
Sim. Quem matou... Qual o nome da moça? Maria Jensen. Alguém que você suspeita?
Maria Jansen, you say? How dreadful. I must admit, I am not privy to the details of the investigation, nor do I have any suspicions regarding her unfortunate demise. But I am curious, dear detective, what leads you to believe that I might have any knowledge or involvement in this matter? Surely, there must be a reason for your inquiry. Pray, do enlighten me.
Você é uma pessoa de muitos contatos e talvez por isto tenha conhecido Maria Jansen pessoalmente. Estou certo?
Contacts. Yes, I do have quite a few connections in various circles. After all, one cannot amass such a diverse collection without acquaintances near and far. But as for meeting Maria Jensen in person, I'm afraid I cannot recall such an encounter. Perhaps my memory fails me, or there may be a mix-up in identities. Tell me, Detective Martini, what has led you to assume that I had the pleasure of meeting the late Miss Jensen? Is there something specific about her that caught your attention?
Talvez em dia de caça você a encontrou morta.
On a hunting day, you say? How peculiar. I must admit, my dear detective, that I haven't been on a hunting expedition in quite some time. It seems you have a rather vivid imagination. But I can assure you, I have no recollection of stumbling upon anyone's lifeless body during any of my outdoor pursuits. It's a rather macabre thought, isn't it? Pray, do tell me, what has fueled this particular line of inquiry? I'm truly intrigued by your train of thought.
Chat, a gente precisa aqui de uma pergunta. Aquela pergunta que você fala. Vou soltar uma mentira. É que me falaram que você foi a última pessoa que conversou com a Maria. Vamos ver. É que acabaram de me falar lá na grocery e você tinha conversado com a Maria.
At the grocery, you say? Well, that's a surprise. I do enjoy interacting with the locals and hearing their tales. But I'm afraid I can't recall a conversation specifically with Maria Jansen. Perhaps there's some confusion or misunderstanding. People do tend to twist stories around, don't they? Yeah, the art of gossip and speculation. It's like a game of whispers, each retelling adding its own embellishments. But I digress, my apologies.
E por que confundiriam uma história dessa com o senhor, sendo que é um assunto tão pesado?
Confuse a story about me with such a heavy subject. How intriguing indeed. I must admit, Detective Martini, I'm rather curious as to the details of this story. It seems quite unlikely that my name would be associated with such a somber matter. But alas, humans are prone to misunderstandings and misinterpretations. Pray, do enlighten me about the nature of this tale and how it became entangled with my name. I'm most eager to unravel this mystery.
Bom, vamos lá, chat, vamos bolar mentirinha. Bom, me disseram. Vamos começar assim. Não posso revelar quem me disse por proteção de testemunha. Mas falaram que você foi caçar certo dia e encontrou certo dia em Blackwoods e encontrou Maria Jensen ainda viva, porém muito machucada. E o senhor não prestou socorro, por mais que ela pedisse. Quero ver se você pega essa. Ih, não deu. Não posso revelar quem. Isso por proteção de testemunha. Mas me disseram que você encontrou Maria ferida e não prestou socorro.
Ah, what an interesting twist to the narrative. I assure you, dear detective, that I would never intentionally neglect someone in need. It goes against my very principles. If there was an injured individual in distress, I would have certainly offered assistance. But I do wonder who might have shared this peculiar version of events with you. Ah, the mysterious workings of hearsay and gossip. It truly is a fascinating phenomenon.
Porque o senhor quer tanto saber quem me disse isso? Pegnetti.
Why, my curious friend, I simply have an insatiable appetite for knowledge and unraveling mysteries. It intrigues me to understand the origins and motivations behind the stories that circulate. After all, truth can be a rather elusive creature, don't you think? So, forgive me for my inquisitiveness, but I'm genuinely fascinated by the source of this tale. It's like piecing together a puzzle, one clue at a time.
Certo. Me falaram que o senhor, ao fugir do socorro Maria, foi visto por Nicola Grossman. E aí, meu amigo? Me responda, por favor. Tá. Tamo indo, chat. Chat, deixa eu ir no banheiro rapidinho. Já volto, mas tamo indo. Vai anotando as coisas aí. Eu só não lembro o nome da mulher, cara. O nome dessa mulher eu não lembro. Puta, nem desse cara. Ó. Vou anotar aqui. Na página 3. Mulher da grocery extremamente mesquinha e rude. Cara da Redefine Manor é um caçador e não respondeu mais as minhas perguntas. Quis saber. Caiu na minha mentira, né? E quis saber quem tinha espalhado a fofoca pela cidade. Queria muito saber mesmo. Pronto, tá anotado aí. A gente tem esses dois. Vou deixar aqui, já voltamos. O próximo passo a gente vai visitar todos eles. A gente vai pro circo, pro coral e vai indo. E aí a gente conversa com o policial. Cara, esses dois estão muito estranhos.